Hi guys, welcome back. Now we are going to discuss about branching statements. So what is the exact use in Java branching statements? So it is having three different type of branching statements is there in Java. Okay, one is break and another one is continue and another one is return. Okay, this is break and continue, right? So the both we will use inside the looping. Okay, so when we are using the loop statements, basically we will use inside the looping. Okay, so the return we will use inside the method basically. Okay, so let's see the difference in this example. Okay, before that let me quickly brief about these three different statements. Okay, first one is break. What basically this break will do? Okay, you are iterating some values. Okay, for example, you are iterating the value from 1 to 5. Okay, so you have the for loop, right? So you have a for loop which will print 1 to 5. Okay, you want to break the loop when it is coming to 3. Okay, so when you are reaching 3, right? So once you found the 3, you can stop the for loop and you can come out of the for loop, because you just assume that you are having one array. Okay, array means it is nothing but it will have couple of values. Okay, couple of fruits you are having. Okay, you want to pick the fruits one by one. Okay, when you are picking, but your expectation is apple, just assume that your expectation is apple. Okay, it is having 5 different fruits. Okay, your expectation is apple, you are picking one by one fruits, right? What basically you will do, once you pick the apple, maybe if you are picking the apple at first time, that's fine, you are happy, you don't want to pick other 4 times, right? So if you are picking, that is waste of time. Anyway, you are not going to use other fruits, you will eat only apple, right? So maybe first time you will get, maybe second time you will get, maybe third time, maybe 4 or 5 any times, right? Once you get that apple, you need to come out of the task, right? You can eat the apple and you can go out. So you don't want to go, you don't want to bother about other fruits, or you don't want to continue to pick other fruits. Okay, so this type of use cases, right? So when you are iterating some values, couple of values, maybe 1 to 5, you want to pick only 3. Once you reach 3, you want to break the statements, you can come out of that. Okay, so those type of use cases, okay, you can go for a break. You can use a break statement, break keyword. Okay, how to use, I will show you in the real-time example. Okay, as of now just try to understand the concept. Okay, again, what is continue? Again, I'm going to same example, the fruits example. Okay, you need to pick your fruits from one jar, okay, one by one. Okay, if you found the apple, you don't want to eat that, you can throw out that, you can skip that, you can pick other fruits. Okay, other fruits you can eat it out, just assume that in that type of use cases. Okay, so you are picking one by one fruits. If it is apple, you can throw out. If other fruits, you are just picking that, throw out, or you don't want to pick that, you can keep it again inside, and you want to pick other fruits and you can take away and you can go out. Okay, right? Those type of use cases you can go for a continue. Okay, in example, you are iterating for loop 1 to 5. Okay, when 3 is coming, right? When 3 is coming, you don't want to iterate the logic, you don't want to do the business logic. Okay, so that type of use cases you will go for a continue. Okay, again, what is return? So return is nothing but when you want to stop, maybe you are having a method which is having 10 values, 10 lines or 10 lines of code in the method. If you want to stop the method at 5th line itself, okay, or if you want to return some values in the 5th line itself, you want to come out of the method, basically you can go for a return statement. Okay, so this is the difference between these three stuff. Okay, these are all the branching statements. Let's jump into Eclipse and see one by one programs basically. Okay, let me jump into Eclipse. Okay, so here I am going to show you what my expectation and how I can achieve that. Okay, so my expectation, first what I want to do, right? So I want to print this as a output, right? So what is that? So basically, so this is called as a column, right? So for column should have a 5 stars again. So this is called as a row, right? So again, row having the 5 stars. So this is what basically my expectation. Okay, how can I write a logic to do this basically. Okay, so I am just deleting this. Keep in mind, this is what our expectation, first expectation. Okay, how can I write a logic? Let me go and show you in the example. Okay, so what basically I'm going to do. Okay, so this is the my for loop. Okay, so this will satisfy my expectation. Let's see, let's try to understand, let's try to run this program and let me explain you what it is doing basically. Okay, this first, it is having basically two for loop, right? One for loop is for row. Okay, the first for loop is for row means, you know, this is what row, this line is called as a row. Okay, again second for loop is for a column means what, this. So basically whenever it is coming into column for loop, you want to print the star and you can give a space. Okay, when it is coming to first for loop, you can go for the next line. So each is, I am giving 5 so it is, that is the reason it is giving 5 rows as well as 5 columns. Okay, this is what my expectation, I done it, right? Okay, tomorrow, right, I don't want to write this line, I mean this line. This is my use case. When my use case coming that the third row, I don't want to print any columns, I don't want to print the star. What basically I can do, what basically I need to do is that whenever our cursor is coming this row, right, it means that 1 2 3 third row, when the cursor is coming into third row basically, right, what basically I need to do, I need to come out of this execution, this for loop execution, I mean this printing statements, right? So the first, the I, whenever the I for loop is coming into 3, right, I don't want to execute the second for loop because second for loop is trying to print these statements, right? So you can see here. So what basically I'm going to do, if I equal to 3, right, I'm just breaking this. Let's try to run this program again. See, my expectation satisfied, right? So it is giving me the output, okay, which is not printing the third line, right? This is called break. This is the use of break. Okay, if you see our documentation, whatever we saw, that you can see there is a break. Again, break having two stuff, that is fine. Okay, now let's see that what is the understanding of break, right? So what is the use of break? Break is helping us to stop the particular loop, come out of the loop. So when it is coming as I equal to 3, it is not printing the current for loop at all. Wherever it is the current for loop, whatever is there, it is just coming out of that. Okay, so this is the use of for break statement. Okay, again break having labeled and unlabeled. Okay, this is the unlabeled break statement because we are don't keeping any labels here. Okay, this is an unlabeled break statement. Okay, what is the label break statement? Okay, my use case, now assume that my use case is when I is equal to 3, when this it is coming to this 3, I don't want to print this stuff at all. Okay, so other stars also I don't want to print. What basically you can do it out, you need to stop this for loop at all, this for loop itself, right? Currently you are stopping this for loop because the break statement what will do, it will just stop the current for loop, that's all. It will just stop the current for loop, it will just go out of the current for loop basically. But if you want to go out of the another for loop, maybe you are having 5 for loop or 3 for loop or 4 for loop, 10 for loops, you want to go out of some specific for loop, right? So that type of use cases you can go for a labeled break statement. What is that label? Let me give it as some label for this for loop. Take bus blocks. I'm just giving one label name. This is just a name, okay, for this for loop. For this for loop, I'm giving this name. Okay, so when this break is happening, I don't want to break the current for loop. I want to break the another for loop where I give the name. It means that this for loop, if I tell that this name break this, so it will break this for loop at all, this for loop itself. Okay, let's see, let's try to run this and let's try to see the output. See, you can see the magic, right? So Now if you are using the labeled break statement, what is your overall understanding? If you are using labeled break statement, you can control any of the for loop. Okay, but if you are not using labeled break statement, if you are using only break statement, you can control only the current for loop. You can skip, you can go out of only current for loop. But if you are using labeled break statement, you can stop any of the for loop. Okay, so that is what the difference between the labeled as well as unlabeled break statement. Okay, so hope you understood this one, right? Let's jump into the continue. What is this continue? Okay, so again it is very simple. Okay, let me jump into another class which I already developed. Okay, so what it is going to do, just assume that, okay, here itself I will show you. Okay, so then only it will be very helpful for you. So we are printing 5 times, right? So what I am going to do, I am removing everything. Okay, so now my output, what is my output, should be the 5 things. Okay, that is fine. Now whenever the I is 3, right? So earlier what we done, we just stopped the current for loop at all, but I want to stop only one time. What basically, if same condition I equal to 3, right? So instead of break, I am just giving a continue. What basically it is doing, let's see that. What it is doing basically, it is continuing the 3. Okay, so what basically, when the I equal to 3, right, it is skipping that for loop at all, right, for this I statement. Okay, so for to make it more clear, what basically I will do, I will do delete like this. Okay, let me try to print the system.out.println. Okay, so what I will print, I will print the I itself. Okay, so now I should be 1 to 5. When I have a I is equal to 3, I need to continue this. What this will do, it will just keep the 3 and it will print other values, right? But if you are giving break, it will print only 1 and 2, right? You can see the difference, right? If it is continue, it will just skip that for loop and it will print other stuffs. Okay, so it will go for the other next iteration. It will just skip the current iteration alone, but break will stop the for loop itself, but continue will just skip the iteration. Make sure that. Okay, so next is return. Okay, return, don't worry about it, it is completely different one. Okay, let me delete this part. Okay, so maybe I have a method. Okay, public void test. Okay, maybe just assume that I have a system.out.println test1. Okay, and then test2, just assume that, and here I am adding the return. Okay, so basically what exception it is giving, you can see that remove. So maybe I just give that I if true. Okay, then return system test2. Okay, so instead of 2, let me give it as I is equal to 2, I is equal to 4, then I will return that. So how I can pass the I? So integer I. Okay, maybe just as of now just keep it 5. Okay, so now let me create a object for this break statement, right? So I am creating an object for the current class. Okay, obj is equal to new label break statement, that is fine. Okay, so obj dot test. Okay, when I am calling this method, as of now just assume that I equal to 5, so it will not fall into this if block itself, right? So it will print test 1 and test 2, right? Let me run and see that. Okay, test 1 and 2. Now if I pass the IS4, okay, let's see that now the difference. You cannot see the test 2 because the method is written in the state itself. Whenever it is going this 28 line, obviously it will go to 29th. So if it is the value satisfied, then it will go to 29. So once it is go to 29th, it will just return this method itself. Okay, so this is called, what is that? Return. Okay, so hope you understood all the three different branching statements, right? So if you have any queries or any doubts, feel free to add it in comments. I will reply it as soon as possible. Okay, thanks guys, thanks for watching. Bye bye.